Was last week, 12th of February, one of the guest speakers at the SA REIT conference, where I am led to believe, as always, Adrian was in some words dynamite. One of my close associates, one of the founders of one of the large SA REITs and still on the board, phoned me during the course of that conference to say, I've just listened to Adrian and it was a phenomenal experience. And Adrian, I understand, underpinned or anchored that conference by talking to the realities, the macro realities, while still remaining very, very confident about the ability of the SA REIT sector to navigate the market shocks and volatility that we're seeing at the moment. Good news, and I think Adrian might touch on that himself, but the SA REIT sector has outperformed global markets in 2025, generating a return of about 38%, beating bonds and equities. So it was a phenomenal result. And I believe this SA REIT sector on the JSE is valued at in excess of 455 billion rand at the moment, outperforming the retail sector itself. So phenomenal results for the REIT sector. It starts talking to a measure of success in the economy in the formal commercial property sector as well. Some positive cues to be taken out of that. Adrian is an incredibly busy guy, and somewhere in his busy schedule he managed to co-author a wonderful best-selling book called About Tyme, Banking Beyond Borders. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this in the bookshelves, and today he's going to be talking about that team that founded Tyme, took it from a startup to what became a unicorn at a valuation of in excess of $1 billion in 2025, and also was recognized by Tyme as one of its most influential companies. Adrian did sign my book. I'm a fan. I read this over the course of December. Many striking messages and lessons to be learned. And in this book he had written, wishing you all the very best in building bold. Building bold. I think this is a message that Adrian will talk to today. In fact, one of the long-standing investors in Tyme made the same comment, that courage and audacity are imperatives, bold strategies, and in fact the safest strategy to adopt, because ironically taking the safe position is the riskiest position to take. So I'm going to invite Adrian to step up and talk to us on the podium today about bold, banking beyond borders and lessons learned. Thank you so much, Adrian. Welcome.
Greg, thank you for those very warm words. My job is to now live up to them. It's a pleasure to and privilege to be invited to do a brief address before you get into the auction this afternoon. So thank you for the invitation and the opportunity. Maybe just a little bit of a preamble, unprepared, but against the backdrop of Greg's observations about the SA REIT conference last week. First, what a powerful room in terms of capital allocators, and a powerful room in terms of impact. There's also a hard to ignore shift in sentiment, that if we talk about this economy, this market, years back, 5 years back, or perhaps even longer, we can go pre-COVID, it's difficult to find buoyancy. The mood, the sentiment has definitely changed, and capital markets, including listed REITs, run ahead of reality. They measure that sentiment, and you've seen that in terms of the returns that have been realized. Greg makes reference to that. But some things to drop into the South African bucket. The economy is now off the grey list. That's overwhelmingly good news. It talks about institutional capability and credibility. Commodity prices are buoyant. That will feed South Africa's economic growth. If I had stood here and said to you a year ago, we will have $5,000 an ounce for gold and $100 an ounce for silver, you might have had me carried out to an institution. But here we are. And in the same breath, I could have said, and hang on to your hats, 15 Rand or 15 on the Rand dollar handle. This is definitely carrying fresh positive sentiment. Our suspicion is that the Reserve Bank will cut interest rates twice this year by 50 basis points, and that inflation is going to stay subdued. That will all play into the hands of real estate. So against that backdrop, that's the advertising done. But let me talk a little bit about this incredible opportunity to write about the business Tyme. For those of you who aren't familiar with the business, I'd ask, where have you been? Tyme stands for, TYME stands for Take Your Money Everywhere. It is now the fastest growing digital bank in the world. And that digitization represents a customer base in South Africa of 12 million and 8 million in the Philippines. So at Q4 2025, they went through 20 million customers. For a 5-year-old bank, that is a remarkable figure. And it's just the start of the story. But the invitation this afternoon is to talk about the leadership lessons that come from the story of Take Your Money Everywhere. And I'm going to put the lessons or the principles under 3 columns. Those of you, and there's many of us who've been in the room together on other occasions, there's 3 things or 3 channels that help me think about the way a business is performing. The first is the market that it's in, the market that it addresses, the market that it operates. And you can think of the market as the country, the community, the size of the economy, the rate of economic growth, per capita incomes, inflation, interest rates, etc. That's the market question. The second question is the model question. How do you take your product to market? Do you arrive at market with a digital-only solution? Do you arrive with high-touch champagne glasses and handshaking and warm hugs? Is it very personalized and customized? Do you compete on the basis of price? Do you compete on the basis of uniqueness? So what is your business model? And then the last part is the mindset. I love Greg's reference to the riskiest position you can take is being conservative and cautious. That might be the most dangerous thing you can do. So what is your business mindset? And I'd like to put the learnings then in working with Tyme under these three banners. On the way to that, first, some well-established narrative. Whilst the market matters, it may not be the biggest part of the story, because here you have the history of 2 businesses in the exact same industry. One arrives at the funeral parlor and the other is having a magnificent time on the Singapore Stock Exchange. The one in the funeral parlor is South African Post Office, which is in business rescue. The Singapore Post Office is represented by the red. The South African Post Office is represented by the grey. They face the exact same reality. Mail delivery. Hands up if you received a letter any time recently. Or when was the last time you received a letter? My mom, bless her soul, or bless her heart, she's still alive and well. She had her 85th birthday last Monday. So bless her heart, not her soul, or bless both. She still writes letters to me, puts them in an envelope, and then has them couriered to me. So the business model of mail delivery, old-fashioned, if I look at the demographic of the room, that many of us knew, no longer exists. South African Post Office dies with that industrial death. Singapore Post Office, alive and well. And that's about the business model, recognizing that you can pull away from your industrial circumstance. The first thing that the Singapore Post Office does in the 1990s is they offer their customers an email address. And 1990 email, many of you will have this, it's called Yahoo or Hotmail, and you have to do your web login where you must put in your email address and your password. And all of this they see as advertising space, and they use that eyeball retail fall to start advertising products on the Singapore Post web login. After a little while, they learn that they're not so good at selling stuff, and maybe they could find others who are better. And so they go into a partnership model. And they partner with a company at the time was young and bold, and today is ginormous. The business that they partner with is Alibaba, which is the world's largest e-tailer, selling more products than any other business globally through e-tail. And what they offer to Alibaba in this partnership is our customers will see your products, and then when the customers order, we will deliver the product. And Singapore Post Office turns into an Alibaba delivery service. The Singapore Post Office is the distribution warehouse, and the Singapore Post Office is open 7 days a week because you've got to deliver for Alibaba. They're open 24 hours a day. And that's the business model. So, what then, can we learn from looking backwards and not just at the present? Let me rewind 100 years to the story of South Pole adventuring, where faced by the exact same conditions, and I stay with the story of the death of postal delivery, is the exact same condition that is presented to the South African Post Office and Singapore Post Office. Adventuring at the South Pole is the exact same condition offered to Captain Robert Falcon Scott and Roald Amundsen. What happens to Scott? He kills every one of his crew, including himself, in the journey to the South Pole, and no one returns. Amundsen gets to the South Pole a month before Scott, and by many reports, his team returns in better health than when they left. So that's about defying the industrial and economic gravity, and that's the business that we're in this room. How do we build magnificent given the circumstance? Because whilst the circumstance is better, it's out of your control. And so look at the narrative of these two men. And yes, it is the insanity of men that take people to think that they can get to the South Pole in good spirit. So on the left-hand side, you've got the words of Robert Falcon Scott. He says, "Our luck is preposterous. The conditions are horrible, and you can't see the next tent. Forget about the land. This is ill fortune, but our luck may turn." Think of where he's putting the outcomes. The outcomes are in the hands of something else called luck, and that luck must change for Scott to have a good time. Amundsen, in the exact same conditions on almost the exact same day, writes this: "It has been unpleasant." Not horrific. It's been unpleasant. Storm, drift, frostbite apparently is unpleasant. But he says we've advanced 13 miles closer to our goal. And I'll use this as the jump-off point to talk about the lessons that we can learn from Tyme. Because when they launched the bank in South Africa in 2019, they launched just pre-COVID. And you can imagine a business that launches just before COVID and then immediately is met with the circumstances of COVID. This, for most businesses, would have been a death sentence. 2019, they launch. I'll come back to the story of how many efforts it took for them to get to that launch in 2019. And in a fairly short space of time, they are through 1 million customers, which was a fantastic moment. When COVID struck, they had to do a 180-degree turn. They had just started lending to merchants, to small businesses. And that was a holy smokes, what have we done moment when COVID arrives. And they shut that down almost immediately, which tells you very quickly about the speed at which they can take decisions. Have a look at this. It's called Tiffany Blue, is the color of their palette. Have a look at the Tiffany Blue column, which shows you this business growing from 1 million customers in 2019 to 20 million customers Q4 2025. That is made up of a composite of customers in South Africa, 12 million, Philippines, 8 million, and they've just opened in Indonesia. How long to open your bank account? Less than 5 minutes. How much paper? Not a single piece of paper, no pen required. How do you do this? With digital triangulation. So you arrive at a kiosk. You have to move your head around so the kiosk knows that you really exist, and that's digital verification. South Africa is world class in some areas. Biometric is one area in which we are world class, global leading, that Home Affairs has our thumbprints. And so when you put your finger on the pad and your fingerprint is warm and your smile moves, they can say this person really exists. And then the final triangulation is by sending to your device a verification. In the space of the 5 minutes, they ask you multiple choice. They do light screening in terms of FICA verification, and they give you some multiple choice questions. Can you tell me which one of these is your home address? And they include in that a made-up address. So you've got to have some idea of where you live. And this is what we would call, sort of light compliance, and justifiably light because the nature of the person that they're onboarding. In those 5 minutes, your card is printed and you leave the kiosk with your bank account opened and the card in your hand. You can transact in the space of 5 minutes. If anyone has tried to open a bank account at any other institution, contrast that experience to this 5-minute experience. You've got a problem, though, in this business model. And the problem is the history of banking is a history built on trust. And if I can't go to my bank, and if I can't see my money and touch a person, how do I know it's real? And so the kiosk is one way of signaling that there really is a physical thing that you can touch. Everyone gets a free advert. You can see in the back of my phone, there's my card. I don't need the card, but I like to sport this for sport. But the card is proof. For a 50-something-year-old person, the card is proof that I've got an account. I don't have enough trust that it's just digital. I don't need the card, but it could be just digital. The cost of holding the account is zero. And then the kiosks are run by an ambassador who is a person who lives in community, understands your circumstances, speaks your language, and walks you through the onboarding process. That's the warm smile and the warm touch. I came to this opportunity through serendipity, and that's one of the words that I now overuse, because the co-founder of the business, Kunrad Jonker, each time I said to him, wow, isn't that a coincidence? Or, that's serendipity. He said, no such thing. This is all being designed and shaped, and we will arrive at the intended place. So in a first meeting with Kun, I was talking about the work that we do at Boundless World and my ambition, and could there be any place to do something together? And he says, leave it with me. I'll give it some thought. And that's one of the meetings that you think, well, nothing's going to come of this. It's the polite no. And what I've come to learn in the ongoing engagement with Kun is when he says, leave it with me, I'll come back to you, he means, leave it with me, I'll come back to you. And so are the words that you speak a truth that people can believe, rely, and take as sustenance? And that's one of the first leadership lessons that I would put on the table for you, is trust is one of the things that is central to banking, and trust is one of the things that is central to building a sustainable, believable, investable, scalable business. So Kun says to me, leave it with me, I'll come back to you. And he comes back 3 months later and he says, I want you to write a book. And in a moment of insanity, I agreed. Here's the private, friendly message. If anyone ever says to you, write a book, avoid eye contact. It involves getting to sleep at 4 a.m. For about 9 months in a row. Let's talk about the 3 ingredients then. The first ingredient is markets. So I spoke about markets, I spoke about models, and I spoke about mindset. And I'll give you a quick tour, hopefully enough to tempt you, if you don't have copies, to head to Take a Lot, Amazon, or Exclusive Books. If you think about building a bank in South Africa, that seems like an insane idea, because South Africa is overbanked. South Africa has little economic growth, and we know about the problems of entrenched unemployment and inequality. And what Tyme has built is a business model that recognizes the part of the market that is unaddressed. And they build a business for base of the pyramid, allowing people who are hypersensitive to banking costs and who will find travel and paperwork inconvenient or even impossible. And that's where they start onboarding. They then go to the Philippines as the next place to open a bank. And here there's some big clues about why the Philippines, because in my first conversation with Kun, when I said, where are you going next? It seemed to me that the obvious places to go would be similar time zone with a large market, Nigeria, or go to the biggest market of them all, the world's largest population, India. Young, digitizing, fast growing. And he says, no, he says Nigeria doesn't have the regulatory certainty and India is over-competed. So he's going to a place which has a large population, Philippines, 100 million. It is young, digitally savvy, digitally native, fast-growing, 5% economic growth, and a progressive regulator where the economy is underbanked and cash-driven. And away he goes. Vietnam is where they do all of their coding, and in the space of hours, they are able to code what would take South Africa days. In the Philippines, just to give you a taste of this market, the picture on the top left is Manila in the year 2000. That's the first time I went to the Philippines. And then in writing this book, I ventured back there 2025. And in the space of the 25 years, Manila has built Sandton 6 times over. Absolutely extraordinary. They have built 6 Sandtons in 25 years. We've built half a Sandton in 25 years. The second part of the story then, if you've got the market right, is about the model. In the interest of time, I'll list these very briefly, but give you a taste of what we write about in the book. The first is ecosystem integration. And what that means is that when you go onto your banking app, you're not going to do just banking. You might be able to do insurance. You might be able to finance a car, finance a home. You might be able to buy a lotto ticket. So you're able to do multiple things on your banking platform, and it integrates the ecosystem. This complete proposition fueling primacy, this is a very fancy way of saying you put the customer at the center. And very often when we go to established and entrenched banks, they will be showing us off-the-shelf product. What about if each of the products that is shown to you is customized for you? And that's the business model that's going on here. Very, very high levels of tailoring. Know your customer. The third is if you're going to lend money, you better manage risk. So they obsess about risk management. The cost of them looking after a customer, this is the cost advantage. If you are bank with one of the traditional banks in this country, it costs $170 a year to manage you. For a digital bank, it costs $4 a year to manage you. And so the traditional banks just cannot get to these cost advantages. And then, of course, I've already spoken about the 5-minute onboarding, the speed advantages. In the Philippines, they have this magnificent experience that when the bank is printed from the kiosk on TikTok, one of their new customers held up the card and said, "Look at this, it's beautiful." Entirely unanticipated, but the customer became their champion. And this TikTok recording the video of when the bank card was printed with the Tiffany blue became, "Isn't banking beautiful?" And the customer becomes their champion. What a powerful leadership principle, that your customer can become your best ambassador, fueled by TikTok. Banking is difficult. banking will break your back. And on the way to becoming the Tyme Bank of 2019, launching as a regulated, registered bank in South Africa, this business had 4 almost death experiences, at some points unable to make payroll if another 2 weeks happened. So this business is well versed in near-death experiences, being jilted at the altar. And so this speaks about the Sisyphean effort of rolling the rock up the hill. And every time you think you've got the rock to the top, it rolls back down at you. And the determination and the steely mindset in the leadership team and in the broader business is unmistakable inside of Tyme. You also have to not only break your back, you have to break beliefs. You have to entirely change the way people perceive things. And here I'll give you just one throwaway example of how they're able to completely change mindset. Vietnam is a communist country in which the education system says, I will train you to follow the rules that I create. And now they're trying to create coders who are going to work in agile teams and work on scrums. In other words, they're going to challenge every belief and assumption in their coding. And so they have to create an entirely different mindset in Vietnam. And so they create an award for their agile teams that they called Chak Mong. And Chak Mong is a celebration of look at the biggest mistake that I made that turned into a learning experience. And so every 2 weeks, Timex, which is their coding business in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh, they present an award for the person who makes the most celebrated learning mistake, entirely reshaping the Vietnamese mindset. So if you follow markets, you'll have heard of the Magnificent Seven. That's referred to as the big tech 7 that have obsessed people's minds. I'm going to encourage you to rather look at a different Magnificent 7 in thinking about leadership. And I close here. Start with your mission, inclusive banking. Your mission is larger than the business. Design the model and then scale. Don't go the other way around. Oxygen will run out. When it does, stay calm. The solution is available. You build optionality, and you build optionality because things will change. And so you want menus of ideas, menus of things to do. Talent density beats hierarchy. So you want deep pools of good people rather than people who are commanded and controlled and told what to do. Profitability is a discipline. It's not something that lives in Excel. Or in fact, all of us who built Excel, we know that that's where profitability goes to die, right? And the last point, I haven't spoken at length about this, but partnership is central to building this model. And in South Africa, the first partner is called Pick and Pay. That's where they do the kiosks. Then they partner with the Foschini Group. Then they partner with ZCC. And in Philippines, they partner with Robinsons, which is like the ShopRite of the Philippines. Partnership is absolutely central. And so who are your partners? I hope that is cause for thought, pause for action, and some food for digesting. Have a fantastic auction, and thank you again, Greg, for the invitation.
Or I smash it. Okay, go. Okay, once, twice, to the final ball. Goal. Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is February 2026.
And pardon the punt, it's time for auction. So welcome to the first multiple property auction of 2026 here at the High Street Auction Company. My name is Steph Olivier. I'll be your auctioneer for the next 8 to 9 hours. All right, so you guys are here, just making sure. Right, we have 18 properties on the auction block this afternoon, probably about 2 hours, and we'll be done with all the interested parties coming all around South Africa. We've got 3 different platforms. There is some, I don't know, someone else is talking. Do we have another auctioneer here? All right, just checking. You can actually put up my volume a little bit, thank you. All right, bids will be coming through 3 multiple platforms, ladies and gentlemen. There is the live audience, obviously here in the beautiful Bryanston Country Club. Then we have the telephone station and obviously the online bidding. That will be the screen on my right-hand side. You'll see me glance your left, my right. There's online bidding streaming through there. I think it's Greer that is our other auctioneer at the back of the room. Okay, thank you, Greer. All right, before we start, please, there is the following that you need to take note of, and it's very important. By signing the bidder's registration form, the signatory acknowledges and following about the following, please. That is read, understood, and are bound by the auctioneer's terms and conditions, the rules of auction, and that he has complied with all FICA requirements to register. Only registered buyers that has completed the registration process is allowed to take part and place bids on the auction today. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the short and the long of it. Here, we're going to jump straight into the auction here today. Please, I've got a little bit of sunlight coming through, so if I don't see your bids, wave at me, scream at me. Don't throw me with anything heavy, please. I am, there we go, sir. Sold to you, 100 million. Thank you. Great. You got the gist of it. So leaders, I want to make sure I don't miss a bit. Bid to Greg in front, bid to Niels at the back, bid to Harry, bid to Timber. Any of our staff members are here to assist you. If you're not sure where the bidding is, let them tell you, or I'll tell you. You can just ask me as well. I am a nice guy. I'm from Cape Town, so I am nice. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into it. Lot number 1, very excited. Tamsin, lot number 1, the white site. We call it a lock, stock and barrel in Ganubi. It is in Earth 751 Buffalo City Rural in the beautiful Eastern Cape part of Ganubi. Zone for business 3 and 5, 231 retail space as a convenience store and a separate shop as well. The forecourt with a single canopy, 2 pumps, 2 23,000 litre force weld composite tanks for storage, and then 2 6 hose dresser Wayne Helix pumps. There's a borehole, and it showed a 14% growth for over 6 months in the last 6 months as well. We will be selling the property and the business all together, ladies and gentlemen. The sale includes the retail and site licenses as well, potential to develop this in a truck stop, and approved site plans available for expansion as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we got biddings coming in. We got a phone bid as well. Bidders on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start off this auction 2026. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, lot number 1. Where would it go? Where would it start? Now, where would it go? Let's open a bidding. 3 million a bid. At 3 million opening bid, 3 million now, but 3 million opening bid. 3 million, but 3 million we have, 3.5 now. Have it about 3.5 now, but 3.5 million now. 3 is in, now 3.5. Bidding bid, 3.5, but 3.5 now, but 3.5 now. Bid stands at 3 million bid. Have it about 3 now, any bit 3.5. Any bit 3.5 to bid, 3.5. 3.5? 3.5, thank you, come through. Had 3.5, but we'll make it 4 now. Had about 4 million now, but 3,750. 3,750,000. It's very early to do that, but I got you, sir. 3,750,000, asking for 4 on the phone. Had a bit of 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million a bit. Bid stands at 3,750,000, asking for 4 million now. 4 million on the phone. At 4.25 now. Here, but a bit of 4.25 now, but a bit of 4.25. That's 4,250,000. At 4,250,000 now, but a bit of 4,250,000. 4,250,000 is the first call. 4,250,000 now, but a bit of 4,250,000. It's the second call. I had a bit of 4,200,000. I had a 4,250,000 now, but over 4,250,000 now. Going once. Hammer high. Going twice. Third and final call. 4 million rand is on the phone. Sold at 4 million rand on the phone. Congratulations. Right, that's the way we started here at the High Street Auction Company in Bryanston, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to lot number 2. Lot number 2. I know, it's exciting, isn't it? That's why I do it. Right, we're moving to lot number 2. Timber brought is all the way still on the east coast, slightly down to the south coast, actually in Plettenberg Bay. The Use Safe Anchored Retail Centre. Earth size of 3,214 squares. General built area of 1,850 squares. Zoning is business rights. Multiple tenant shopping strip anchored by USAFE. Gross annual income plus minus 1.9 million rand. ShopRite lease is extended for another 5 years until 2031. Stand size, as I mentioned, 321.4. Ample on-site parking. A 98% tenanted area covered already. Excellent location just off the N2 in the beautiful town of Plettenberg Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is lot number 2. Lot number 2, here we go, bit of starting now, over to go. Opening bid I see we have already. Opening bid is in, 7 million is in. 7 million opening bid we have, over to 7 million is in. 7 million asking for 7.5. At Plettenberg Bay, here we go to 7.5 million now, but a 7 million stands. At 7.5, but over to 7.5 now, but over to 7.5 to bid. At 7 million is the opening bid, asking for 7.5. Yes. At 7.5, but over to me, 7.5 with me. 7.5 is in, but over to 7.5, thank you. 8 million now. Have it over 8 million now, but over 8 million now, but asking for 8 million bid. 7.5 is in. At 7.5 now, 500 more. Asking for 8 million bid. Have it over 8 million now, but over 8 million now, but over 8 million now. 7.5 is in online, you're still out. 7.5 is in, asking for 8 million bid. Have it over 8 now, but over 8 now, but over 8 now. Don't think about it, sir. 8 million, it's Plettenberg Bay. A lot of expansion happening there. 8 million a bid. Had 8 million now, but over 8 million now. 8 million. 8 million we have. 8 million is in, but over 8 million now. 8.5. 8.5 to go, but over 8.5 online. Where you now, but 8.5. 8.5 million we ask. At 8.5, over 8.5. 8 million stands. Raising the gavel. 8 million now, but 8 million. First call at 8 million. At 8.5, I'll take 8.25 as well. I'll be fair. 8,250,000. 8,250,000 if you wish to do so now. At 8 million stand is the second call. 8 million now. 8,250,000 in or out. Online you're out. Bidders in 8 million now. Going once at 8 million. Going twice at 8 million. We are selling 8 million rand. Standing up. Lot number 2. 8 million rand. Sold it at 8 million rand. No. 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 Right, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 3. Lot number 3. If you're seeing me saying no to the boss, I do not accept any paperwork. Nothing. Nothing. Right, lot number 3, ladies and gentlemen, Zipo. Zipo took us to Doringfontein. I was asked to say Doringfontein. Doringfontein is 51 Van Beek Street in New Doringfontein, ladies and gentlemen. It is an earth size of 515 square meters, general built area of 1,740 square meters, accredited student accommodation facility. You'll see the photographs. I think your slide shows on this side right here. That is a general let area approximately of 1,740 squares, comprising of 4 levels with roughly 435 square meters each. 128 students, 14 single rooms, 22 sharing rooms, and 24 three-sharing rooms. All furniture, fixtures, and fittings are included in the sale. Approximately 1 kilometer from the University of Johannesburg and Central Johannesburg colleges. It is close to New Doringfontein and Johannesburg Central. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great opportunity. Lot number 3. We're starting the bidding. Wherever to go, but over starting now, to go. We're starting the bidding at 8 million now. At 8 million to go, but over 8 million now, but over 8 million now. Opening bid over 8 million now. Who's going to start me bidding at 8 million? How about 8 million now, but over 8 million now, but over 8 million now. Opening bid over 8 million now. I'll take the bidding at 8 million a bit, but over 8 million now. 8 million. 8 million we have. Thank you to bidders already here on my side. 8 million now. I'll take 8.5, sir. 8.5 million now. Niels, you in the way. 8.5. Thank you, Greg. 8.5 is back, but about 8.5, but about 9 million now. Have it about 9 now, but about 9 now, but about 9 million to go. ZPI, I need you back at 9. 8.5 in the back of the room. I need 9 million now. Had 9, I have a bit at 8.5 in the back of the room. You are out. I need 9 million now. Had a bit of 9 now, but about 9. I said, yes, sir. Confirmed, 9 million is in. Thank you, sir. 9 million now. 9.5, sir. At 9.5 now, but about 9.5 now, but 9.5 now. No, I said 9.5, Greg. I have 9 million here. I need 9.5. Had 9.5. But he says, yes, sir. I'll take it from you, sir. Thank you. 9,250,000. 9,250,000. That opens the door for you, sir. Easy bid. 9.5 now. At 9.5 is 250 more. At 9.5 now. Yes, he confirms. 9.5 is in. 9,750, sir. 9,750,000. At 9,750,000 now. 9,750,000 to the back of the room. A 10 and a round of applause. 10 million now, bit of a 10 million now. That's the number, sir. At 10 million now, bit of a 10 million now. 9,750,000. I need 10 million bits higher. At 10 million now, bit of a 10 million now, bit of a 10 million now. People will borrow you the money, don't worry. At 10 million now. How bit of a 10 now, bit of a 10. A great opportunity, sir. 128 students. You got a great opportunity in New Doringfontein. I need 10 million now. How bit of a 10 now, bit of a 10 now, bit of a 10. Bids in the back of the room. Going once. 9,750,000. At 9,750,000 now, but at 9,750,000. I'll give you an opportunity, sir. 10 million. What is the offer? 100. So you want to really test me now. 9,850,000. At 9,850,000, are you happy with that bid, sir? It's 100 more. 9,850,000. At 9,850,000 now. 9,850,000 now. I need 10 million, sir. It's 150 more. Push strong, be strong. Here we go. At 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now. Bidders in front. 9,850,000. Another 50,000. I get paid per hour. You're going to be here all day. 9.9. Thank you, sir. Strong bid. 9.9. And 50, sir. 9,950,000. At 9,959,000, 9.9 is the back of the room. 50 more. That's like 2 students. At 50 more now, but a bit of 50 more now, but a bit of 50 more. 9,950,000. 9.9 is the bid. Bid stands back of the room. 9.9. Don't lose out now. Or make it 10 and you strong. At 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now. Your choice, sir. I'm going to do the hammer. 9,900,000 now. First call. You want to go extra 50 or 100? 50. 50 opens the door to 50. 9,950,000. Asking 10 million, sir. That's your number now. At 10 now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 million now. At 10 million now, I'm going to speed it up now. 9,950,000. First call is right in front. 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now. You can't say no, sir. At 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million. Second call, 9,950,000. I need your answer, Greg. No. We're not selling cars. I need 10 million now. 9,950,000. 9,950,000, sir. It's a big property, sir. Great income. Give me the 10 million now. That's 50,000 more. At 50,000 more, but a bit of 50,000 more. Give me the 10 million now. Yes or no? 9,950,000. 9,950,000 now. First call. Second call. 9,950,000. Another 40,000. 9,990,000. 9,990,000 now. Why not? It's 2026. 9,990,000 now. 10 million, sir. That's on the cards. It is just there. 10 more for 10 million. At 9,990,000 at the back of the room. 9,990,000 going once. 9,990,000 going twice. Do you need to give your time? It's 10,000 rand more. 10 more, but a bit of 10 more for 10 million now. Have it a bit of 10 now. I'm going to raise the gavel, sir. I'm going to sell it at the back. If you want to give me 10 more, it's 10 million. Yes or no? Go. 10 million? Bidders in at 10 million. At 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now. You started it, Greg. 10 million now. He's out. In front. 10 million going once. 10 million, yeah, but a bit of 10 million. Going twice. Third and final call. Hammer eye. 10 million rand in front. Sold at a 10 million rand. Congratulations. All right, moving down the coast to the best place in the world, lot number 4. We're in Langebaan. What a beautiful, look at that picturist photograph there as well. We're in Langebaan, ladies and gentlemen. This is 34 Strand Road, Long Acres Country Estate in Langebaan. It is an earth size of 22,000 square meters. Small holding zoned, charming 9-bedroom hospitality opportunity in a sought after coastal town of Langebaan. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I have no one that showed interest here today. Is there an offer? I open the bidding at 5 million rand for a 9-bedroom facility in the beautiful, picturesque West Coast town of Langebaan. Opening bid at 5 million now. Is there a bid at 5? Bit of 5. Any bit of 5 million now. Or else I'm going to open and close at 5 million. Is anybody moving down to Cape Town who's got 9 family members? For 5 million, I'm going to open and close. No interest, open and close. Speak to Myron at 5 million rand, open and close. Right, here we go. Lot number 5. Thank you for laughing, Seth. Lot number 5. Temba. Where's Temba? You got a clean shirt today. That's fantastic news. Right, Temba here usually spills coffee on his shirt. We are in Centurion, ladies and gentlemen, for the next lot. Unit number 11. Unit number 11 in Akkerboom Street, Swartkop, Centurion. We got Section 14 of 235, Section 15 of 173, Section 16 of 240, basement parking, and a total of 752 square meters. A-grade sectional title offices in Centurion. Look at that, absolute A-grade. Upmarket sectional title offices in this beautiful Centurion Gate Business Park. Excellent location close to the N1, John Foster Drive and Centurion Mall. Air-conditioned offices. We can actually put up our AC a little bit in here. Spacious balconies, elevated 9 basement parking bays, improvements, as I said, of 752 squares, sold with vacant occupation. That is lot number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Where would you go? We have a valid pre-auction offer. A valid pre-auction offer, ladies and gentlemen, and we're opening a bid at this valid pre-auction offer. Comply to all auction regulations. We're opening at 5 million rand. Open at 5 now, but a bit of 5 with the pre-auction offer at 5 million now, asking for 5.5. At 5.5 million now, but a bit of 5.5 now. There's A-grade sectional title offices for 5.5 million now. At 5.5 now, but a bit of 5.5 now, but a bit of 5.5 now. Bid stands at 5 million now. We have the bid at 5 million now, but a bit of 5 million now, asking for 5.5. Any bit of 5.5. That's the first call at 5 million now. Who's going to give me a bit of 5.5, a bit of 5.5 now, a bit of 5.5 now? You can't go wrong, ladies and gentlemen. In Centurion, well located. Centurion for 5.5 million now. That's your second call at 5 million now. The pre-auction offer stands, ladies and gentlemen. It's a valid offer. It is in at 5 million now, and we are selling 5 million going once, 5 million going twice. All done. Hammer high, 5 million rand. Sold it at 5 million rand. Yeah. There's no dancing here. Lot number 6. Lot number 6 is Harry and Zipo. The combination is strong, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Lepalale. This is Marula Square Shopping Center. It is extends over 12,950 squares, with phase 1 already completed, comprising of 4,569 square meters of built area and achieving 35.9 site coverage. Projected annual gross income of plus minus 4.6 million rand. A dream opportunity for any investor. Positioned in a high traffic corner for optimal exposure. Well kept shopping center in great condition. 12 retail units including 2,775 anchor space. And for phase 2, there's vacant bulk development opportunity for 4,950. So a lot of expansion still up for grabs. Ladies and gentlemen, Harry came with a signed, sealed, delivered offer, and we're opening right there. A pre-auction already in, ladies and gentlemen. Signed, here we go, at 21,500,000. 20,500,000 now. So I'm asking for 22 million. That's still good offer to make. 22 million now. Who's going to get a bit of 22 million now? A bit of 22 million now. The offer is in at 21,500,000 now. At 21,500,000. Asking for 22 million now. How about a bit of 22 now? A bit of 22 now. A bit of 22 million a bit. At 21,500,000. Sign is in. At 21,500 now. 21,500 now. Going once. You can grab this now for 500,000 more at 22 million now. At 22 million now, but over 22 million now. 21,500,000 is the second call for the great shopping center in Marula Square, ladies and gentlemen. Hammer's Eye, 21,500,000. First, second, third and final call, 21,500,000 rand. Sold it at 21,500,000. Well done, Harry. Right, lot number 7, we're doing quite well. Lot number 7, Temba. back in Centurion. Here we go. This high visibility commercial building. It's just right next to the one we just did now. High visibility commercial building in Centurion, upmarket sectional title building in the same Centurion Gate Business Park. Triple story, a great commercial building. High visibility, the corner of John Foster and N1 Drive. Improvements of 1,824 square meters, neat and well maintained. Highly secure business park, air-conditioned offices, 25 basement parking bays and 18 open parking bays. Can't go wrong with that. There's one elevator as well, and we sell on vacant occupation as well. Ladies and gentlemen, close to Roy Hayes Krol, Centurion Mall, the Highveld Irene and Swartkop. So great location for lot number 7. Right, ladies and gentlemen, where would it go? Let's start, let's get going. Here we go, better start, 10 million bid. Give me opening bid of 10 million now. How about a bit of 10 now, bit of 10 now, bit of 10 million bid. At 10 million now, great. There we go, thank you. 10 million is in. 10 million is in now, but about 11 million now. How about 11 million now? Thank you for your opening. Over about 10 million now, 11 million bid. Had 11 million now, but about 11 million now, but about 10 million in now, 11. Had 11 now, but 11 now, but 11 we have. 11 with me, but about 11 now, but I make it 12 million now. How about 12 now, but about 12 now, but about 12 million to go. Good strong bidding, 12 is back now, 13 million's high. Had 13 million now, but about 13 million with me. Had 13 million now, but about 13 million now. 12 million is in, asking for 13. Had 13 now, but about 13 million now, but about 13, yes. 13 million is in, now 14. Had 14 now, but about 14 now, but about 14, 13 and a half. 13 and a half. 13 and a half million now, asking for 14 million bid. Had 14 million now, but about 13 and a half million stands. Had 13 and a half now, but about 13 and a half. First call. 13.5 million now, asking for 14 million. Had 14 million now, but about 14 million now, but about 14 million now. 13.5 stands. Second call. 14 back. 14 back with me, that 14 million now. 14 million is in, but about 14 now, 14 and a half. Had 14.5 million, but about 14 and a half. 14 million is in. 14 million in, but about 14 million. First call. Had 14 million. Second call. 14 million and a half, yes or no? No. 14 million, hammer high, reselling, once, twice, third and final call, 14 million now, sold it at 14 million rand. And the music plays. Right, stream team is sleeping a little bit, we'll wake them up now. We're going to lot number 8. Lot number 8, the Ecotel in Benoni. Where's Gria? It's always hiding up and down. There she is. Thank you, Gria. We're in Ecotel Benoni, 14 Park Road in Benoni. General built area of 526. There's a zone for business 3 improvements. Stand size of 1,190. 18 tastefully designed guest suites. Reception office, breakfast room and kitchen. Laundry services. Sold with selected movable assets. Backup water tank. CCTV camera systems, very important. Secure brick paved area. On-staff site accommodation. Accommodation tailored for both brief and long-term visits. Free Wi-Fi and all selected DSTV channels as long as they last. Active business area, which is close and convenient to the North Rand Road retail corridor and all public amenities. Ladies and gentlemen, lot number 8. Lot number 8. Right, where would it go? Where would it start? Where would it go? Any half it start? Online bidding is in. 2.5 million now. 2.5 is in, but a 2.5, I'll take a bit of a thank you now. 2.5 million is in, asking for 3 million now. How about a bit of 3 now, but a bit of 3 now, but a bit of 3 million a bid. Had 2.5 is in online, but a bit of 3 million now. Waiting for the phone bidders to come through. Had 2.5 now, but asking for 3 million now. Had 2.5 is in now, 3. Who's going to give 3 million now, but a bit of 3 million now, but a bit of 3 million bid. 2.5 is in. First call, 2.5, ask 3. 3 million, here we go. 3 million is in now, but over 3 million, thank you now, 3.25. Had 3.25 now, but over 3.25, 3 million is in, now 3.25. Had 3,250,000. 3,250,000, online and back. Online is back at 3,250,000. Online is back at 3,250,000. Thank you, your bid is in. 3,250,000, asking for 3.5 million now. Had 3.5 now, but over 3.5 now, but over 3.5 million now. Bid is in, 3,250,000. Now 3.5 to go, but over 3.5 now, but over 3.5 to go. Sharisha out. Online is in, 3,250,000, 3.5. 3.5 is back, 3.5 million now, but a bit of 3.5, but a bit of 3.5 now. Online, you're out, 3.5 million is in, 3.5 to go, but a bit of 3.5 million now, 3,750,000. I'll take 3.6 as well. I'll be a nice guy. 3,600,000, 3.5 is in, 3.5 million now, but a bit of 3.5 million now, but a bit of 3.5. First call, 3.5 million. You still out, Cherise? 3.6 if you want to. Online, you're out. 3.5 million now, but 3.5 million. Second call, 3.5 million now. Third and final call. We're selling 3.5 million rand. Sold it at 3.5 million rand. Well done. Right, lots number 9. Lot number 9, Timber. Prime Business Zone redevelopment opportunity in Pretoria North. Redevelopment opportunity in Pretoria North, ladies and gentlemen. It is an earth size of 2,552 square meters. General built area of 341. Zoning is a special zone. Office building measurements 321. Excellent location, Rachel de Beer Street in Pretoria North, CBD. Ladies and gentlemen, no one registered for this one. If there any opening bid, I'm going to open and close at 2 million. Open and close at 2 million rand. You can speak to Mr. Temba, Mr. T, our government official here at the High Street Auction Company. I'm going to open and close at 2 million rand. If there's no interest on the floor, open and close at 2 million rand. I'll open and close at 2 million rand. We'll move to Temba. If you need interest on that or information on that, you can just speak to Mr. Temba. Thank you very much. Lots number 10, Harry. Here we go, Harry. In Mpumalanga, Nelspruit, NSFAS. How do you guys mispronounce it? Nesfas. Nesfas. But there's no U. No, that's Afrikaans people for us. Nesfas accredited student accommodation, 135 beds, fully let. Tenanted private student accommodation, ladies and gentlemen, in Nelspruit, Mpumalanga. Formal accreditation for total of 135 beds. Improvements of 1,577, land size of 1,487. Okay, gross annual income plus minus 6 million rand. Neat and well maintained with modern finishes. You can see there on the photographs as well. Dedicated on-site residence manager, sold with full operational inventory. Dedicated TV and common areas, on-site parking and netball court, on-site security control points positioned at the entrance, a laundromat facility, 24/7 manned security guards, full perimeter electric fence, and easy access to major transport routes in the surrounding areas. This is surrounding areas is White River, Hazy View, and Barberton. So, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 10, Harry, here we go. Where we going to start? Any half to go? Let's start a bidding at 15 million now. 1-5. 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million is start a bit of 15 million now. How about a bit of 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million now. 1-5. 15. 15 a bit, opening bid at 15, asking for 16 million now. How about a bit of 16, bit of 16, bit of 16 million now. Where a bit of 16, I have a bit of 15 is in, now 16. Is that a 16? I have 15, I need 16 million now. At 16 now, but a bit of 16 million now. 1-6, 16 million, not 60. You can give me 60 if you like. 1-6, I have a bit of 15 now, but a bit of 16 million now. At 16 now, but a bit of 16 now, but a bit of 16 million now. At 16, 16 is back in. 16 is back in now, thank you now, 17 million. At 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now. 16 is in, now 17. At 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now, but a 16 million. First call, at 16 million now, asking for 17. At 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now, 17. 17, agreed? 17 is in. 17 million is in, now 18 million. At 18 million now, 1-8. 18 million, a bit of 18 million now, but a bit of 18 million now. 17 million is in. At 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now, asking for 18 million now. At a bit of 18, but a bit of 18, but a bit of 18 million now. 17 million. First call, at 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million now. 500, 17 and a half. 17 and a half I'll take. 17 and a half is in, asking for 18 million now. Bid stands now at 17 and a half. At 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half now, 18 million now. Hammer going up at 17 and a half million. First call, at 17 and a half. Asking for 18 now, but a bit of 18 now, but a bit of 18 million now. Second call, 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half now, asking for 18 million now. You know what? Yes or no? 17 and a half stands. Going once. At 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half now. Second call, 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half to bid. Third and final call, bid is in, 17 and a half million rand. sold it at 17.5 million rand. Right, lot number 11. Lucky Legs 11 in Braamfontein. Timmy brought us a lot of units, 15 apartments to be exact. 15 apartment investment portfolio of 15 apartments in Braamfontein. Strategically acquisition opportunity in a 15 sectional title units within Poctonia Hotel, positioned to serve long-term and short-term rentals as well as Braamfontein student accommodation market as well. There's 15 one-bedroom apartments of 55 square meters each. Self-contained units comprising of kitchen, private lounge, and balcony. Ladies and gentlemen, we are opening this up to any interest. We got 15 of these units available. We're going to open it up per unit. If you are interested per unit, you can let us know. We are selling it per unit, ladies and gentlemen. There's 15 available. The opening bid per unit is 400,000 now. At 400,000 rand, you can buy a 55 square meter unit in the Poctonia Hotel, ladies and gentlemen, in Braamfontein at 400,000 rand to start. At 400,000 now, but a bit of 400,000 now. That's per apartment, 15 available. At 400,000 now, but a bit of 400,000 now. Is there any interest? At 400,000 now. I'm also going to open and close it, and Tim can move it to a private treaty, but 400,000 rand per unit. That is for nothing. 400,000. Any interest shown? Also, I'm going to move Tim to a private treaty. There's 15 apartments available at 400,000 rand per unit. 400,000. Open and close. 400,000 rand per unit. Open and close at 400,000. Let's move to lot number 12. Lot number 12. Cherise. Where is she? How's the knee? No, the other one. Right. Lot number 12. In Kuruspoort, 11,052. Don't forget about the 52 square meters industrial facility in Kuruspoort. Substantial industrial facility with a total GLA of over 11,000, positioned on a generous earth of 15,200. This industrial property is ideal for business seeking and functionality facility to operate within office of combination of production, storage, or office functionality. Reception area in a showroom, individual offices for administrative operations, a walk-in safe, and multiple secure storage areas. Double volume factory with large mezzanine level. Mezzanine supports 1.5 tons, ideal for heavy equipment or materials. Spacious warehouse with large roller shutter doors for efficient loading and uploading. Ladies and gentlemen, that is lot number 12 in Kuruspoort. Lot number 12, where will it go? Give me an opening start. Give me a bid. Start a bidding for me at 18 million now. 18 million now, but about 18 million now, but about 18 million now. I'm going to love the bus. 18 million now, 18 million now. At 18 million now, but about 18 million now. Here we bid. Bid is in. Starting it. Opening bid. 18 million is in. 19 million now. 18 million presents itself now at 19 million now. At 19 now, but a bit of 19 million now, but a bit of 19 million bid. At 18 million is in now 19. Here, give it a 19 now, but a bit of 19 now, but a bit of 19 million a bit. 90 to go, but a bit of 19. 19 million now, but a bit of 19. I got 18 million now. 18 and a half. 18 and a half is in. 19 million now. Online, you're out on 19 million now. At 19, a bit of 19, but a bit of 19 million now. 18 and a half is in. 19. 19 million. 19 million is in. 19 million. I see you back online at 19 million now. And a half. 19 and a half to go, but a bit of 19 and a half, but a bit of 19 and a half to go. Bet is in at 19 million now. And a half. At 19 and a half to go, but a bit of 19 and a half, but a bit of 19 and a half to go. Bet is in 19 million. First call at 19 million now, but a bit of 19 million now, but a bit of 19 million to go. Online is in at 19. Second call, 19 now, but a bit of 19 now, but a bit of 19 million to go. Hammer high, any bets for 19 and a half. At 19 and a half to go, but a bit of 19 and a half now, but a bit of 19 million and a half. 500 more. 19 million, hammer is high. Third and final call, going once, going twice. Third and final call, 19 million rand. Sold at 19 million rand. Congratulations, well done. be there anymore. It's getting old. Right, lot number 13, Niels. The proudly Lion supporter, I don't know why. Lot number 13 in Limpopo. I had to get him back. Private lots, 90 Wildlife Estate in Limpopo. 2 hectares. General built area of 450 square meters. This is the exclusive private game lots in the Eco Estate in Volwater. Unfortunately, we are moving this to private treaty. The video is still playing. Let me talk a little bit more. 5 luxury bedrooms, modern gourmet kitchen, lapa with fire pit, solar system and gas utensils on a farm of 1,580 hectares. That is massive. So if you are interested in a little eco estate in a game reserve and an eco estate, ladies and gentlemen, and a wildlife estate, look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Plus a pool table. Is there sticks and balls as well? Please speak to Niels if you are interested, and he can give you the rundown on his pool IQ. Right, lot number 14. Lot number 14, Tyme. Tyme has got a residential redevelopment opportunity in Edenvale, Zone Residential 1. Excellent location close to Greenstone Mall, opposite Edenvale Bowling Club. As of yet, we're opening here. Opening at 2 million now. Opening bid at 2 million now. Is there any interest at 2 million bid? Else I'm going to open and close. No interest shown. We can speak to Tyme, but opening bid at 2 million. Any interest at 2 million now? No interest at 2 million. We're going to open and close. Speak to Tyme. Open and close. Tyme at 2 million now. Open and close. Right. Here we go, Niels. Very excited. Lot number 15. Lot number 15, Niels brought us to Florida North. Potgieter Drive, Hendrik Potgieter Drive, a retail outlet and offices. We are selling both properties together. Property 1, a double-story retail firearms shop, a stand size of 821 square meters, general let area of 400 squares. Plus a plush showroom and offices, and zoning is business 1. For property number 2, it's a commercial office, stand size of 821 squares, general let area of plus minus 300 square meters, and zoning is business 1. Great exposure on a busy arterial Hendrik Potgieter Avenue in Florida North, ladies and gentlemen. We are selling both together. As mentioned now, there is on earth number 165, which is property number 2. Property number 2, there is no COC, but it's not a problem. Take a multi-plug and an extra plug and you should be okay, Niels. Right, so just as mentioned, thank you for mentioning that. On property 2, no COC. Right, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 15, the retail outlet and offices, both buildings together as one lot. Here we go, bit of start. Here over, give me a bit of 3 million now. Had 3 million to go, a bit of 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now. Give me a bit of 3 million, start a bit of 3. Anybody said 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now. Here a bit of 3. Any bit of 3. Had 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now. Here's any offer to go. Open a bit for me at 3 million now. Any offer? Any offer at 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now, a bit of 3 million now. 2.5 I'll take. 2.5 if you want to open a bit of 2.5. At 2.5, here we go. 2.5 million now. 2.5 million is in, a bit of 2.5 now. I'm going to make it 2,750,000. 2.5 million is in, make it 2,750,000. At 2,750,000 now, a bit of 2,750. 2,750,000 now, a bit of 2.5 is in. 2,750,000. That's we go. We all need to start. 2,750,000 now, asking for 3 million now. Have a bit of 3 now, a bit of 3 million now. Bid stands at 2,750,000. Asking for 3 now, a bit of 3 now, a bit of 3 million bid. Going once. At 2,750,000. Where's the 3 million bid? At 3 million to go, but it 3 million now, but it 3 million now. He's out. He's in. 3 million now. How about it 3 now, but it 3 million now, but it 3 million now. Going once. 2,750,000. Going twice now. 3 million, 3 million. 3 million now, better me. 3 million now. 3 million is in, better 3 million, better 3 million now. 3.25. At 3,250,000. 3,250,000 now, but 3,250,000. I'll take 3.1. I'm generous today. 3,100,000. Better in with me at 3 million now. Better with me, better with me at 3 million going once. At 3 million now. Going twice now. At 3 million now. Final offer. 3.1. In or out? Out. 3 million going once. 3 million going twice. Hammer high. 3 million rand. Sold it at 3 million rand. Crying, Lance. Crying. I'll take the time. Right, lot number 16. Lot number 16. Still back in Pretoria North again. Kelsey and Darren. Just released their first song in December. Kelsey and Darren, the band. Pretoria North, 180 Burger Street, Pretoria North. General built area of plus minus 4,886 square meters. Don't throw away that. Projected income of over almost 11 million rand. 10,725,000. 330 bed accredited student accommodation. What a great investment. The property comprises of a sectional title residential block, utilized primarily for student accommodation. Development consists of a total of 60 units and configures as follows. 47 two-bedroom units, measuring approximately 72 squares. 12 three-bedroom units, each measuring 121 squares, quite nice and big. One bachelor flat for that lonely bachelor, approximately 50 squares. This results in a total lettable area of approximately 4,886 squares. Facility and amenities, 2 dedicated laundry rooms providing convenience for students, residents, creation room with a pool table, creating communal space for relaxation and social interaction, which is very important. Lot number 16, Kelsey and Darren in Pretoria North. Let's sell. Lot number 16, opening here, we go, bit of a start. Open a bidding for me at 20 million now. At 20 million now, bit of 20 million now, bit of 20 million now. Huge facility, 330 accredited beds for student accommodation. We have the over limit. Thank you to the back of the room. 20 million is in. Now 21 million now. Thank you for your bid, sir. We have it at 20 million now. Now 21 million bid. How about a bit of 21 now? Bit of 21 now. Bit of 21 million to go. 20 million is in the back. 21 now. How about a bit of 21 to go? Bit of 21 million now. So are you waiving or are you buying student accommodation? You've got to be very careful. I don't mind taking your bid. At 20 million in the back of the room, now 21. At 21 million, go, bit of 21 million now, bit of 21 million now. 21. 21 we have. 21 million, thank you, a bit of 21 now. 22. At 22 million now. Is that a yes? I'm looking into the sun. Yes? Greg just confirmed that for me. I can't see it. Thank you very much. 22 is in. 22 million. Thank you. Bit of 22 now. Bit of 23 million now. At 23 to bit of 23 million now. Bit of 23 million a bit. At 23 to go. Bit of 23 now. 23 sitting down. Thank you, sir. I see a bit. Greg, your man is in at 23 million now. How about a bit of 24? At 24 million now. Bit of 24 million, sir. Bit of 24 million now. You can whistle as well, sir. I'll hear that. At 24 million now. How about a bit of 24? Bit of 24 now. Bit of 24 million now. 23 is in front. At 23 million now. Bit of 24. At 24 million to go. Bit of 24 now. Bit of 24 million. 24 on the hammer is in at 24 now. Now 25, sir. At 25 now. Bit of 25. That's a different no. That's too soon, sir. Hold to your cards. Hold your cards. 24 million is in. Now 25. At 25 now. Bit of 25 million now. Bit of 25 million now. I'll take half his of all, sir. I'll be accommodated. There's 330 beds if you like. He's going to take out the calculator. At 24 million is in. And a half. At 24.5 million now. Bit of 24.5. Bit of 24.5 million a bit. Offer now in a bit of 24.5. Bid stands at 24 million. At 24 million in the back of the room. At 24 now. Bit of 24 million. First call. At 24 million in the back of the room. You still out, sir? You sure? Can get Niels to twist your arm if you want. 24 million in the back of the room. Going once. I need 24.5 if you wish to do so. At 24.5 now, but over to 24.5. Second call. At 24 million now. Last chance for a half, sir. He's definite no. Going once. 24. Going twice. 24. Hammer high. 24 million rand. You bought it. Sold 24 million rand. Congratulations. Well done. Lot number 17, the penultimate lot. Second last for today. Ria, still no smiles? Right, lot number 17, Eden Vale, prominent dual redevelopment stands. 2 prominent corner properties with a combined land extent of 1,400 square meters. Both stands we will be selling together. We are going to open this bidding at 2.5 million rand. Is there any bids at 2.5 million now? I'm also going to open and close at 2.5 million now. 2.5, you can speak to Greer. If you're not putting up your hand now, 2.5 million now. How about a bit of 2.5, bit of 2.5, bit of 2.5 now? I'm going to open and close at 2.5 million. Lot number 17, open and close. 2.5 million, open and close. Speak to Greer. She'll give you all the great rundowns. Last lot for the first auction of 2026, lot number 18. The investment apartments of 37 units, fully let. Harry. Harry still with us? Thank you, Harry. Don't turn your back on me. Centurion, 61 Jewel Beetle Street, Raslow in Centurion. We've got the investment apartments of 37 units, fully let. Bulk sale opportunity, sold as one lot. Gross annual income of plus minus 4.1 million rand. Guaranteed income stream with a robust and stable tenancy profile. Neat and well maintained 2 and 3 bedrooms configuration. Sectionalized apartments. 24-hour manned security on site. Open large entertainment area. Covered patio parking. Easy access to nearby amenities. Ladies and gentlemen, lot number 18. Harry, where would it go? Bit of a start in here, half to go. Here we go. Lot number 18. Opening bid. Here we go. Asking for 25 million now. How about a bit of 25 now? Great opportunity. Great. Fully let. Here we go. 25 million. How about a bit of 25? A bit of 25. A bit of 25 million a bid. How 25 to go? A bit of 25 now. 20. Thank you. 20 bids in. 20 million is in now. 22.5. 21, just because I like you. 21 million is in now, a bit in content, bit of 21 million now, 22. How about a bit of 22 million now, bit of 22, bit of 22 to bed. Had 20 to go, bit of 22 to go. Phone you still out. I need 22. Floor is in at 21. How about a bit of 21 now, bit of 21 now, bit of 21 million to go. Had 21 to go, bit of 21 to go, bit of 21 to go. 22. 22, thank you. But from the phone at 22. Now 23. 22.5, that's too soon, Harry. Thank you, good bit. 22.5 million now. 23. Had 23 million now, but over 23, that's 500 more. 23 million a bit. 22.5 is in. I need 23. Had 23 to go, but over 23 now, but over 23 now. He's going to lose out. Don't let him lose out. 37 units. Fully let. At 23 million now. 22.5 is in. I'm waiting. 22.5 million now. Had 22.5, but over 22.5, but over 22.5 to go. 750. I'm waiting. Sound like my wife. 22,750. 22,750. Bid stands. 22,500,000 going once. 22,500,000 going twice. Teresa out. No bids. In on the floor. Harry, where we go? 22.5 million now. At 22.5 to go, but a bit of 22.5 now, but a 22.5 to go. 22,750,000 if you wish to do so. 22,750,000. 23, strong bidding now. Well done, Harry. 23 million is in. 23 million now, but 23 million. The phone is out now. Phone is out now. 23 million is in. 23 million now, but 23 million now. Asking for 23,250. 23,250,000. The phone is out. Harry, your bid is in. 23 million now. 23 million now, but 23 million on the first call. 23 million now, but 23 million on the second call. Hammer eye. Bid is in. 23 million now. Sold at 23 million rand. Congratulations. Well done. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That is our auction for today. Please join us on the 26th of March for our next multiple property auction right here at the High Street Auction Club in Bryanston Country Club. Be blessed, be safe, and we'll see you in March. Thank you very much.